Hi.
Today is going to really be a short one. We did our ritual last week. We don't have any more tickets, so it's just going to be your demo and then we'll talk about the career lab. Um yeah, and then we'll also talk about what is left. I'm aware that you guys are still making some decisions like design decisions. So I'm hoping this coming week, we're able to wrap it up so that I can focus on career lab, but the demo is upper week, so what no pressure at all. What really works for you. But yeah, we're going to start with the demo. Who wants to start first? And if someone can just like give us a an overview of what you decided to go with, like how you arrived at the decisions you made, like tailwind and like just the styling generally before you start your demo.
I guess I can start since I did the first issue. I'm gonna share my screen. Just a moment. Need to set it up. Mm. So, so yeah, as we decided with the whole team, we're using Tailwind for styling because it seems like a good tool, and I think some of our team members they haven't used it yet, so they also wanted to learn it. And it's kind of like it's easy if everyone knows already the vanilla CSS. I think it's a useful tool because I think the learning curve is quite short. It's not like so difficult to use this. Um, yeah, and I think also styling wise, it's it offers us more opportunities than Bootstrap, for example, where to me it feels like it kind of everything comes out like looking really same out of Bootstrap, where in Tailwind it's kind of more customizable, at least to me it's kind of more customizable. Um, yeah, and just the I'm sorry. So
So for people that are using it the first time, was it easy for you adapting to Tailwind?
so for me, I already used it in previous project or two, I think. So, but yeah, but I remember I was a bit intimidated in the beginning, but then actually when I went through it, I was just okay. It's just like basically putting utility classes, and also I was pleasantly surprised that the documentation is really nice. So I feel like there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Um, so I'm just quickly gonna share my screen. Um, this one. So I'm just gonna use one of the other issues. Well, I'm gonna go here in the old ones. Yeah, so what I did was I styled the layout header and navbar, so it would kind of like the layout would align nicely with the screen size. Um, and the main focus of it was yeah, to create responsive styling for the whole page layout, and meaning also the header and navbar would be working nicely. And then I also put in the fonts and the new icons that we used for navbar. And there's also a logo, but we don't know yet if it's final because yeah, it was just something to put in there. And I'm just gonna go into one of the playlists and I'm gonna do it here. Just a moment. So yeah, so what I did here is we can see that we have the links here lined up in the navbar. We have the header here. I put the logo in here. The icon is it's not a permanent yet. but I also put the proper icons in here next to the text, also to the sign in and sign up button. And when it's made smaller, it kind of adapts. And then here we remove the icons because there's no space for it. Um, and yeah, this was the scope of my issue. We also honestly, this color, it's also not a final one. This was just to like visualize it right now. But we actually, I think I created like uh, new color scheme that aligns more what we discussed earlier. So I think that's going to be implemented in the next week, starting. Yeah.
Eva, if you are
Yeah.
sharing, so can you please go to test list or Eva's list so I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
show the
Yeah.
list? Yeah.
Yeah.
So also I implemented the list item. So I put the icon and the checkbox, and also I made a urgency category with the soon kind of tone, but we will change the color of this after we decided. Yeah. So
Mhm.
I implemented this issue also.
Yeah.
Mm. So do you mean that you're still deciding on the all of the colors or some of them, like the yellow? Are you keeping the yellow? Because it's
No, I actually this afternoon I kind of looked like a better examples and we'll remove the color for these two bars because it doesn't
Eva,
look that well when
Eva,
it's one
actually,
after the
I
other.
I thought
Yeah.
we decide color palette, but I'm confused. Maybe everyone is
Yeah.
here. We can talk about this
Yeah, I
color.
can. Sorry, yeah, I know it's a bit confusing, but this is more for me visually to see actually how it looks like and how big those two bars are. But once you switch it to the dark mode, there's like this dark screen and there's all this light too, and it looks weird to me. So I will just get rid of the colors here, and we'll have just one for the background. I think it. I already showed it Becca this afternoon. Looks better, and it's not that difficult. It's just I will like refactor the colors, and it will be super
Mhm.
easy. Yeah. I can show you later after the meeting if you have time.
nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
Can I interject shortly about the color palette? Because we had found a color palette on the conversation in the thread on Slack. However, Eva pointed out that the color palette doesn't fulfill the needs of the app as it is right now because there needs to be a certain color contrast. Not only when you hover, can you hover please over
Yeah.
something?
Yeah. I mean, right now it's not like it was just to like visualize how it could be like these like the hover states and the active state or like this thing. So I went with like another color palette where this is just gonna be focused on one color, for example, blue. And then you will have like one accent color that would be for like highlighting these or when you hover on these. And then you could have like a really light background color and even like lighter for these list items. And then once you switch it into the dark mode, it's just gonna flip those light and dark colors. And the accent color is still visible on both like the light and the dark background. So it's not gonna be like too many colors. It's just gonna be like one tone, and I think it looks better than this thing. Yeah.
Was there a tool you used to find colors that can match together and go together?
Um, Yeah, for me because I'm not so good at design. For me, this is always kind of difficult where I lose more time than I should. Because when I just like take a color palette and then I say, okay, I could instead of this color, I could use this one. When I actually apply it to the website, it doesn't look good, so I have to kind of like play with it a lot until like it comes out looking better. So yeah.
Okay. If I'm going to suggest one for you, if you're not too far in,
Mhm.
um, this one you use it to um check colors that can match each other, Like
Mhm.
if you already have like a primary color, let's say you're choosing the yellow,
Mhm.
for example, or you have a primary color already selected, you can put it in and I'm going to share my screen to show you because that tool is tricky. For example, if you have a primary color, you can do the generator and probably put
Mhm.
your color here If you choose this green for example, you can lock it here. You can lock it. Then
Mm-hmm.
once you lock it and then you start tapping the space bar, every other color that it shows
Mm-hmm.
matches that green that you locked. So
Oh, okay.
once you lock it, it can show you all the colors that can match that particular one. It's accessible, like it has already done the work for you. It helps with color blind, like color blind people, it's okay for them.
Mm-hmm.
Every every single thing is already sorted for you. Like once they recommend that this color can go with the color you locked, it's okay, you
Mm-hmm.
can trust it. So if you already have a primary color, you can lock it. If you have a secondary color, you can lock two of them. You can lock like two and then
Mm-hmm.
continue tapping the space bar. They'll give you the text color, which is the dark one. They'll give you like the BG color, which is the light one. Just keep tapping and it will give you everything. So if you can also test this against what you already have. If it's okay, then fine. If it will be helpful for you, then you can just like tap and tap and tap and find all the colors that you need.
Yeah.
Go for the dark mode, light mode, and everything, text color. This is fine, by
Okay.
the way. This is
Yeah.
the dark mode.
Yeah. This is what I quickly want to show you. And this is actually the dark mode, and like the contrast color is here. It's in the button. I'm just because I don't have the I'll just quickly
That's
write
great.
here. But I think yeah, it looks pretty decent. Yeah, and then this is basically this is gonna be also the accent. I just didn't want to change it right now, but I think it works quite well. And the nice thing is we don't need to have blue. We can change it to any other color and just find the matching ones. And yeah.
That's
Yeah.
actually nice. It's looking like colors that would be for shopping carts. So it's
Mhm.
actually nice. Like it's warm color welcoming you to shop. Well done on the color choice.
Okay. Yeah, can stop sharing.
Um, I think Becca, you also have something in Maine, right? I think did you merge any of your code this week? Oh, was it Tata?
Yes,
Oh,
I work on
I don't think you've merged
no,
your.
I haven't yes, I worked on the forms, but Becca PV'd me. Becca and I spoke. She said she made some changes and she suggested that I should wait, she should merge before I merge mine and sort out merge conflicts. So I didn't merge it yet. Yeah. But I just worked on styling the forms, making them being aligned.
And you also
Those are the
said
forms.
something about that the color. You guys are still deciding on the color of everything, including the form. Um, so if it's okay, you can demo the form and then like the changes you make coming with and then like everything. Is that okay?
Please come again. My network ceased for a bit. I was struggling to hear you.
Yeah, so I was
You
saying
said that
if it's
okay.
okay with you guys, you can leave the form for next week. In addition to all of the other changes that you're going to make, the color changes and everything, to just like do the final something next week. Is that okay?
Oh, okay.
And then plus
Yeah.
the one Becca is also about to push. So let's just have like a finalized something next week, a week today. Yeah, so thank you guys. You're really working hard towards doing the styling and it's really beautiful the colors you're coming up with so far. So well done. The other thing we want to do now is to talk about Career Lab and what we have planned. I'm going to pull up. Okay. So yeah, usually, obviously, there was a time it was optional, really, like because everyone is in the collab lab, but sometimes it's not everyone that is actively searching, like in the job market, actively applying for jobs. Do you understand? For those people, Career Lab might not really like, not now, it's like they are not ready to be in the job market right now. But for some other people, they're actively searching, and then Career Lab, they're ready for it because what we're really doing is like something that will get you ready, like mock interviews, technical job fit, LinkedIn, so that recruiters can reach out. So if we're going to make it optional to um if you're actively in the job market and then you think you can benefit from what we are doing at the Career Lab, again, which is just mock interviews. In addition to every other thing, obviously, there are ones that you don't need our inputs. There are ones that you can just take on your own. You can find them at the project brief in our repo. But the ones that we are going to help with, which is a LinkedIn review, job fit interview, mock interview, and then technical mock interview, in addition to reviewing your take-home tasks to these are the ones that the mentors will need to have an input in. So if you're interested in those ones, I'm going to send a calendar invite, a do invite really, for us to get the time for each and everyone. It's going to be individually, obviously. And then this week we are going to do the job fit. Next week we're going to do the technical interview because we have 2 weeks left. So everyone that is interested, we're going to like find 30 minutes with me and Viviana. Um, this week job fit interview, next week technical interview. Then for the LinkedIn own, it can be this week, it can be next week. Just take your time, do the resources, go through the LinkedIn review resources on GitHub, update your LinkedIn, ask anybody for recommendation, just get it to par with the resources. Then when you think it's ready, you can reach out to Viviana to help you review and just like give you feedback, based on what we were taught in TCL, on how the LinkedIn should be. So it could be this week, it could be next week, it could be also after the collab lab, like after beyond, that one it's really async. You can just like do it anytime. But just have in mind that when you're ready, ping Viviana, then um for the job fit interview, we're going to do them this week, technical next week. So those ones this week, next week, we are done with it. Um so yeah, that's what we wanted to tell you about it. Then for the take-home task, it's also on project brief in our repo. So since we are going to do the technical interview next week, upper week, I mean after this week, the other week. So you're going to also do the take-home task before it's going to be ready a day before your own interview. So if the calendar invite you chose like Tuesday for your technical interview, I would expect the take-home task to be ready Monday because that's usually what is obtainable in real life. The interviewer expects you to like hand in the take-home task so that they will have the time to look through it and then make notes and prepare for the interview. So a day before your own interview, you can start working at it anytime, but a day before your interview, you can submit it. I don't know what format, how you can push it to your GitHub and just send me the link. Really, you can make it an open repo, a public repo, and just send me the link to the repo. That would be nice. You don't have to send the zip file. So just a day before your own technical interview, if you're interested, then you can send it to me and yeah, we'll take it up from there. The job fee is going to be 30 minutes and then I'll leave 10 minutes in the end usually for the feedbacks. Like usually after the first 30 minutes is going to be like strictly interview, like real world interview. I don't know you. You're coming to work in my firm, I'm the interviewer, and then we're going to do like what is obtainable in real life. And then the last 10 minutes is going to be feedback. Now I know you as the mentor, and then I can tell you where you can improve, where you need to work on, where you're doing really well. So that's for the last 10 minutes of the interview. The same thing with the technical, which is going to be like 45 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes also is for feedback. Yeah, I can't remember if I'm leaving anything out, Viviana. I think that is.
No, I think you covered all the items.
So I noticed that most of our links on GitHub are breaking. That is because the resources are actually there, but they are not properly linked. So if you look for any resource and the link is broken, it's showing 404, just manually go to our repo, go to project brief, learning module, or interview, something like manually click into those folders. You're going to see the resources. All of them are there, but they are linked. The link is faulty, you know. So just FYI, if you encounter any other one, I updated some last week, but I think some of them are still broken. So just go to the repo. They are there. Yeah. Is there any questions about that? The career lab. Okay. So as I said before, you can keep working on your app alongside that, no pressure. We have 2 weeks till everything wraps up, so just like pace yourself how it will not be too overwhelming for you. And then we'll keep going from there. So yeah, that's really it. Next Sunday, we're going to have the last meeting as a team. And then after we expect to see like the finished product of your application next week, next Sunday, I mean, the finished styling next Sunday. And then next Sunday, we're also going to talk about the demo, like who and who are going to demo for our team, and then how you're going to go about it, just like plan and be ready. Because the next time you're going to meet is going to be the demo the other week, the general demo. So coming Sunday, we are pretty much going to wrap up everything as a team, apart from the job fit interview, apart from the technical interview. So yeah, that's really it for today. We don't have much to do. So is there any other thing we are leaving out? Does anyone have any questions, comments, recommendation? All right. As usual, ping us if you need anything. Becca, I'm going to share another link because I need to end this recording just for the meeting, but I'll share a link to you now. Okay, so bye guys. Let's see you on Slack then. Bye.
Bye.